All right, let's talk about our skin. When we think about what keeps it looking young, we usually jump to the big names, right? Collagen, staying out of the sun, drinking enough water. And yeah, all that stuff is super important. But what if I told you there's a deeper story, a hidden mastermind working behind the scenes, a secret architect that's actually running the whole show? So that brings up the big question, what really is the driving force behind skin aging? Is it just those things we see on the surface? Or is there something more fundamental, something deeper calling the shots? Of course, we have to give credit to the usual suspects. I mean, collagen decline, sun damage, our genes, and how hydrated our skin is, they're all major players in this game. They're definitely pieces of the puzzle. But, and this is a big but, they are not the whole story. The real story, the thing that actually connects all those dots, well, it all starts with one single, incredibly powerful molecule that's acting as the master coordinator for pretty much everything. And this is where it gets really interesting. So let's pull back the curtain, shall we? It's time to meet this hidden architect, this master regulator that's been quietly building and maintaining our skin from day one. It's called EGFR. That stands for Epidermal Growth Factor Receptor. Now, that's a mouthful, so just think of it like a tiny antenna on the surface of every skin cell. Or maybe even better, think of it as the skin's master switch. When it gets the right signal, it flips on and tells the cell exactly what to do. And when I say it's important, I mean it's everything. This isn't just a helper molecule. It is literally the architect. Get this. Studies in mice have shown that if you get rid of EGFR, the epidermis, the entire outer layer of our skin, it just can't form properly. So yeah, this molecule is absolutely essential for the skin we live in. Okay, so if EGFR is the architect that builds our skin in our youth, it takes on a slightly different role. It becomes the master conductor, leading this incredible symphony of processes that keep our skin healthy, strong, and glowing. Let's listen in on what that symphony sounds like. Every single day, EGFR is a total workhorse. It's the one telling your skin to renew itself every 4 to 6 weeks. It manages the lipids that lock in moisture. It stands guard over your precious stem cells, the ones that regenerate your skin. And if you get a cut, EGFR is what rallies the troops to shield it fast. It even flips on the skin's own built-in antioxidant defenses. It is the ultimate manager. So how does it all happen? Well, it's this beautiful, efficient chain reaction. A growth factor comes along and flicks on the EGFR switch. EGFR then shoots out signals down these internal pathways. A really important one is called MAPK/ERK. And those signals are the instructions for the skin cells. Okay, time to divide, time to repair. The end result? Skin that's resilient and stays looking young. But you knew there was a but coming, right? Like any great conductor, there comes a time when the performance starts to wind down. The signal from EGFR, it naturally starts to fade as we get older. And this subtle decline, right here, is what really defines how our skin ages. And just look at this comparison. It really makes it crystal clear. When we're young, we've got high EGFR signaling. That means a thick, plump epidermis, super fast healing, a strong barrier. But as that signal weakens with age, our epidermis gets thinner, cuts and scrapes take forever to heal, our barrier gets weak and leaky, and our stem cells, well, they just get tired. And we're not talking about a small drop here. Look at this. The level of EGFR signaling can plummet from our 20s to our 50s. It's not just a little dip. It's a fundamental change in our skin's entire operating system. And if we want to geek out for just a second, there's a specific chain of command that keeps our stem cells healthy and active. It's called the EGFR-MAPK P63 axis. When this pathway gets weak, our stem cells get exhausted. And even worse, the skin starts to fill up with these senescent cells. People call them zombie cells. And they just hang around causing trouble. So you've got this internal signal fading away. And then, as if that's not enough, we have a major enemy attacking from the outside, UV radiation from the sun. It's not just a random attacker, it's a villain that specifically goes after our hero, EGFR. Seriously, UV rays are brutal. They literally destroy EGFR receptors right off the surface of the cell. They shut down those critical repair signals we just talked about, and when that happens, DNA damage and inflammation just run wild. The result is photoaging and hyperdrive, all because the sun takes out our skin's chief of defense. Okay, I know, that sounds pretty bleak. The signal is fading and it's under attack. But this is where the story gets really hopeful. This is where science comes in. The big question becomes, if we can't completely stop EGFR from declining, can we find a way to support the systems it used to control? So, can we do it? Can we restore that powerful signal? Can we get the orchestra playing loud and proud once again? Well, here's the really clever part. A lot of the best skincare ingredients we have today work by doing exactly that. They're like a workaround. They don't replace EGFR, but they can wake up the pathways that come after it. Retinoids and vitamin C, they give that key MAPK pathway a little nudge. Growth factor serums and peptides, they act like little messengers to reactivate the very systems that EGFR used to command. And that's the big takeaway here. Understanding EGFR completely flips the script on how we should think about skincare. The future isn't just about slapping on some moisturizer or trying to boost one protein. It's about reviving the deep cellular signals, the actual communication network that kept our skin young in the first place. Which leaves us with this beautiful idea. EGFR is so much more than just a little receptor on a cell. It really is the conductor of the skin's incredible, complex symphony. A symphony that plays at full volume when we're young, gets quieter with age, and one that we are only now, finally, learning how to tune again.